On Friday, August 16th, in my role as Acting Minister of Public Health, Social Development, and Labor Affairs, I paid a working visit to the St. Martin Medical Center. During the working visit, I met with the St. Martin Medical Center's management team, led by General Director Kees Klarenbeek, and our talks focused primarily on the current state of affairs surrounding the dialysis department and the ability of the medical center to maintain the highest quality of medical care to its dialysis patients. Recently, the number of dialysis patients have increased while the number of nurses that are trained to work in the dialysis department have decreased. As a result, the management of the medical center has taken a number of decisions to remedy this situation. In the interim, to ensure the quality of medical care, some dialysis patients have been referred to overseas medical institutions if deemed necessary, while the medical center nursing department are directing their newly recruited registered nurses towards training in dialysis care to increase capacity. Discussions are also taking place to bring about a structural working agreement with the medical services on French St. Martin to seek the possibility of having dialysis patients tap into similar services next door. And this is in order to avoid the more expensive overseas medical referrals. Additionally, the St. Martin Medical Center informed me that in the meantime, 2 new dialysis stations have been added to the overall inventory to ensure that when the new nurses have completed their training, there will be sufficient capacity and quality medical care to meet the demand of the medical services at the SMMC. This week, I also paid an orientation visit to the St. Martin Laboratory Services at their main branch in Cahill, across from the medical center, and in Simpson Bay, where the environmental and water testing is done. While at the SLS main branch, I received an introductory presentation by the SLS management team, led by the interim director, clinical chemist, Dr. Sharina Fleming. At the Simpson Bay branch, a tour and thorough explanations was given on the tests that they provide there by Mr. Raymond Peterson, head of the Environment Lab. Some of the services of the SLS provides includes drawing blood at its 5 phlebotomy centers throughout the island, clinical chemistry and hematology, microbiology and parasitology, pathology and cytology, DNA paternity testing, non-invasive prenatal testing, and environmental and water testing are all conducted. In conclusion, it is important to note that the SLS operates under the standards established in the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and as such provides many of their services to the Best Islands and the Dutch Caribbean countries where possible. For more information on these 2 important medical service providers, you can visit the website at smmc.sx and sls.xx, respectively. Through this means of media, I also want to thank both the medical center management team and the St. Martin Lab Services for the thorough information that were given and for the excellent services that they are given in order to provide high quality services to all that visit those facilities. I also have an update from the Sector General Health Care. St. Martin is joining CARFA in its mosquito awareness activity in the Caribbean. The Caribbean Public Health Agency invites school students to participate in a poster, video, and photography competition on the theme, Empowering Young Leaders in the Fight Against Mosquito-Borne Diseases. The Vector team will distribute the information and form to all secondary schools. All are invited to participate and share their talents within the region. The categories are health promotion, so design posters and videos to educate your schools and communities. Second, active mosquito surveillance, take photographs and unusual mosquito breeding sites. Prizes for the winning schools in health promotion: the first prize up to $5,000 worth of school supplies and equipment. The second prize is up to $3,500, and third prize $2,500 worth of school supplies and equipment. The winning students in active mosquito surveillance, the first prize will be a laptop, the second prize a tablet, and the third prize a smartphones. The application deadline is October 31st. The criteria and other information can be found on caribbeanmosquitoweek.carfa.org. That is caribbeanmosquitoweek.carfa, so CARPHA.org. The Vector team is also active in the community, monitoring mosquito traps under the Project of Mosquito Surveillance. We're reminding the general population to eliminate mosquito breeding sites. Another activity that is the planning of an IRIS system workshop, which will provide information insight on the digital coding of mortality and morbidity certificates scheduled for the week of September 16th. The Collective Prevention Services. CPS is preparing for the execution of the vaccination and screening programs in our schools. All schools are requested to submit their updated 2019-2020 students list by Monday, September 16, 2019. CPS will visit all schools to carry out a vaccination review and provide vaccinations for students who due their booster shots, whose booster shots are due. CPS is also available to schools and/or other organizations to speak about the importance of vaccinations and other health-related topics.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Mr. Brown, I don't know how to translate your question, but let me say this. The Ministry of Finance is one ministry together with all the other ministries that are necessary to increase our economic our economic moving forward of the country. What the Ministry of Finance can do is in their particular field of expertise, it's the financing and the finances of the country St. Martin, to come up with plans of approach to make sure that we clean up our act and that we become more financially stable and feasible for the future. And earlier this year, and actually when I became Minister of Finance, I already said that plans will be developed to do just that. That resulted in the financial recovery plan for St. Martin. And from that financial recovery plan, two other plans came to life. One is the reform of our tax system and the reform at our public finance management. Now, these two projects, if you look at the tax department reform, that should ultimately lead in broadening the tax base. That means that we will tackle the low percentage or for relatively low percentages of compliance, but also tackle the informal economy that is rampant on our island and, for that matter, throughout the Caribbean. That should result in additional income because for years and ongoing there are people, companies that are completely out of sight of the tax authorities. These tax reforms should also lead to eventually a balanced budget and create surpluses thereafter. And for that, indeed, we had set out a trajectory of 2 to 3 years. But going to the public finance management, there is where we are trying to mitigate leakage of money, and that is more in policies that we have been applying throughout the ministries, whereby the checks and balances are not optimal. And so we are trying to strengthen that so that we know that whatever expenses that we have on behalf of our government and our respective ministries, that these expenses are within the proper governance rules. So all of that we are going to tackle. We are ready to start off these projects. As a matter of fact, a soft kickoff for the tax reforms will take place today with a presentation of the reform plans to the tax department organization itself. And as soon as the budget 2019 is formalized by the government, the governor, and published in the Staatsblad, we can really initiate the projects that should lead to a better financial household of country St. Martin.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Wib now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact WIB today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices, the Windward Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
We were invited to meet with the head of the Inspectorate of TIAT this week on Monday, August the 19th. You can say that within 2 working days, the meeting was held. We were accompanied by some of the students who filed their complaint with the Consumer Coalition and who were given the opportunity to address their concerns about the new driving license examination system with the Inspectorate of TIAT. The head of the Inspectorate of TIAT, Mr. Lucian Wilson, introduced the head of the Driving License Examination Department, Mr. Denisio Connor, who gave a brief review of the process to digitize the driving license examination system. The main objective to digitize was to move from a subjective examination system towards an objective examination system. The former system depended too much on the interpretation of the examinator, which gave too much subjectivity in judgment. The new digitized system must provide all students with the same judgment. You know the law? Yes or no? We were also informed that driving instructors were invited to meetings to be informed and to give their input before developing and introducing the system. We showed the Inspectorate some examples of examination questions with no yes or no answers. We showed multiple choice questions where students had to choose one or at least 3 answers, which were phrased differently. But all the answers were good. With this illustration, we showed the Inspectorate of TIAT that for developing diagnostic or examination testing, methodological expertise in testing was needed. The Inspectorate informed us that curriculum development expertise from the Ministry of Education, as well as linguistic expertise, had been brought in. We told the Inspectorate that expertise is useful for curriculum development and for development of courseware, but not for developing diagnostic testing or exams. There is room for improvement of the digitized examination system. As Consumer Coalition, we would like to contribute to improve the theoretical examination. As Consumers Coalition, we would like to get more information and a review of the methodology for developing the digitalized examination system. Our request to postpone the deadline of September the 2nd could not be honored. The Inspectorate of TIAT made it clear that the planned phasing out of the non-automated theoretical exam will enter into force as of September the 2nd. The development phase of the digitized examination system had formally ended. The Inspectorate said that date was a point of no return, with arrangements made with other governmental departments like the Census Office, the Finance Department, etc. The Inspectorate of TIAT, though, is willing to accommodate students who have signed up for an examination date to familiarize with the new examination system. They can make an appointment with the Driving License Examination Department to do a test examination. The complaint of some of the students that they have not received courseware which prepare them for the new examination system Mr. Wilson addressed by informing us that course material is a responsibility of the driving schools and not for government to provide. As Consumer Coalition, we will call before September the 2nd, 2019, an urgent meeting with all driving school instructors to discuss the preparation of students for the new driving license examination system, the course material, and their suggestions to improve the driving license examination system. We agree with the Inspectorate of TIAT that all consumers in the traffic want the traffic to be safe. To achieve improved safety on the road, not only new drivers, but all drivers in the traffic must behave and observe all traffic rules. As such, the Consumers Coalition would like to have a dialogue with the Inspectorate of TIAT on a program to promote road safety awareness and to advocate for more respect for all participants in the traffic.
Hello, St. Martin. My name is Stephanie Medina and I play football with the Walichi Women's soccer team. I have represented St. Martin in many different games. For example, the Dutch Caribbean Women's Soccer Cup. I played against Bonaire, Aruba, and Curacao right here in this stadium. Sports matter to me because it makes me happy, it keeps me fit and healthy, and it is very fun. So I asked the business community to take on this challenge and will help us rebuild our facilities. And I also asked the community to nominate the local businesses in your area and take on the challenge and step up for sport. Why? Because sports matter. Check out the Department of Sport Facebook page for more information. Hashtag sports matter, hashtag are you in?
But I understand in details, and it was clear to me exactly where you was going and the things you were saying. I only wish it was done much earlier in your tenure. But I only have two clarification or 2 points that I want to bring across, Madam Chair. And the first one really is specifically with the Bobby's Marina, the question that I asked in terms of the filling in that is happening right there. You didn't answer the question in terms of it being a legal fill in. You went on that the ministry is trying to this and trying to that. And I know that you know, I also have been dealing with that issue. And I know for a fact it's not a legal fill in. He doesn't have the right to fill it in because he doesn't own it. That's why I asked the question. And because of that, what is the ministry doing about it? And I know a stop was given at one point in time, but that's why I'm asking the question. And I can also appreciate the fact that the deliberation you make with Pastor Grant on how it should go, I would deem it sort of being fair. I can see that, and I can see where you were going with that. But I can also understand their concern, because here they are with Pastor Grant and the history and everything behind it, but Bobby is not paying anything. He doesn't pay anything. And I know that, you know that, and the whole ministry knows it, because it has been so for a number of years. So I can understand their concern if their fees have to go up in terms of paying the canon, and then nothing is happening on that side, right in front of her, right in front of the beach with Bobby's Marina. So I can understand that part. So what I'm saying, you said that the ministry is looking into whatever can be done. And I know that your time is short in terms of being minister, but I don't see nothing happening again. And the reason why I'm saying that, Madam Chair, is because in this country, we seem to have a few untouchables that can do whatever they want, when they want, how they want, and get away with it, and we just sort of close our eye on the things that are to what they are doing. And in this case, this is one of them. So again, the question that I ask, is it illegal filling that is happening there and up at Bobby's Marina?
MP Emmanuel asked, Bobby's Marina in terms of filling, is it illegal or not? Based on the expiration of Article 28A of the zoning ordinance, there is no legal premise on administrative law to regard the filling as illegal. However, based on civil law, Bobby's Marina is using property that he does not hold in long lease. Therefore, he does not have the permission from the landowner, being government, to use the property. However, as I stated, a draft long lease decree was issued to Bobby's Marina, and the certificates of admeasurements are being prepared to finalize the lease title, being done within the context of these building plans that have been submitted for approval. MP then wanted to clarify concerns of Casa Grande. While Bobby is not paying anything, we seem to have some untouchables in the country. This is one of them. Is it illegal filling at Bobby's Marina? And this was previously answered in the previous question. MP then wanted to clarify, not aware of being strong-armed, the letter that was sent to COM by Michael Ferrier, are you aware of this document? I am aware of the letter from Shipyard to COM, but the question was if I'm aware of the cabinet strong arming. And to this I stated that I am not aware of it. That concludes the clarifications, Madam Chair. Thank you.